There's a picture on my phone. There's a picture on my big ass iPad. All right. Hey. Hi, everybody. Hi. How you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my show today for Monday, July 1st, Canada Day. July 1st, 2019. How about that? It is Canada Day. Oh my goodness gracious. Hope you're all having a great day out there today. Having a good weekend. Here in Canada, it's a long weekend, but that matters not to me. Cruise news never stops, and I try to stay on it as best I can. Welcome one and all to the show. I'm glad you could make it today. Cruise news is what I like to follow. Those of you out there who are who love to go cruising, this channel's for you. Those of you who've never been on a cruise before, this channel's for you. We're here to talk about cruising everything. Going on a cruise, going to on different vacations, the cruise industry, new ships, old ships, ships being revitalized, ships with issues. We just talk about everything just to talk about cruising, and there's always something kind of going on. This weekend, the talk it has been a little bit, but I'm waiting for media to really pick the story up. The story about the Ocean Rangers program in Alaska. That one has been disturbingly quiet in media. I picked up the story on Saturday morning. It was a Friday announcement from the governor of Alaska that they're going to veto. The governor's going to veto the Ocean Ranger program. Most comments I've received. I mean, I made a short video about this topic. I gotta say, gosh, 19 out of 20 comments are consternation and confused about befuddlement. I mean, people are watching my channel going, what? Why would they discontinue the Ocean Ranger program? This thing does a lot of good. It's funded by passengers. It's not funded by state government. It's costing Alaska $0 in dollars. It employs actual Alaskans who are trained by the Coast Guard in this regard. So it's not like using Alaskan state employees in any way. The constant theme I'm getting from my viewers from this video has got to be that the Republican governor of Alaska, my viewers are suggesting, has got to be getting contributions from the cruise industry for his election campaign. In other words, I'll use the word being paid off, bribed, being influenced by, whatever you want to call it. The lobbyists for the cruise line are probably very quietly asking the governor to veto this thing, get rid of these inspectors off of their ships. They don't want to be looked over their shoulder. This was voted on by Alaska voters in 2006. This wasn't like a 3-year-old program that some Democrat put in 2 years ago, like Obama, anything like that. This was put in 2006 by the citizens of the state of Alaska. It's been running for over a dozen years. Thousands of reports have been filed. Violations have been found. Illegal dumping has been made by cruise ships in Alaskan waters, from very minor infractions to major infractions. And these Ocean Rangers have probably effectively stopped a lot of them from ever happening, or have been able to report on mistakes made by cruise lines or errors or what have you, for the good of the industry. I think Florida should have one of these. California, I'm shocked, doesn't have an Ocean Ranger program. The state of California, I can't believe it. Hawaii, nothing. They haven't got it. They should have it. And the country of the Bahamas, if the Bahamas were truly interested in keeping their waters pristine, they'd have an Ocean Ranger program funded by cruise passengers going through the Bahamas. 700 islands and inlets. Oh man, can you do dumping over there without getting caught? Like, you cannot believe. It's child's play. The problem is that the state governments and regulators and other jurisdictions, they can't beat the cruise industry when it comes to the deal, like doing the dirty deed. If you want to dump illegal waste over shore, over your ship, a good time to do it is at 2 or 3 in the morning. In waters where you just can't be spotted, and you can do all kinds of unforgivable things. You have to literally go at their word that they're not doing it. Carnival has already proven that their word is pretty tough to take. They've been twice now taken to court once, where they've been pled guilty to dumping, illegal dumping in various jurisdictions around the USA, including Alaska and Florida. Floridians, hello, wake up! And now a second time, they've violated their own agreement, which is just is really pathetic. Florida Carnival has paid an additional $20 million fine to the courts only 4 weeks ago, because they violated their probation, and they're under a 5-year watch. And the governor of Alaska, for some unexplained reason, makes no sense. I can't find a reason anywhere from the state of Alaska to eliminate the Ocean Ranger program. I can't find one. They talk about, well, we don't have rangers for the forests, and we don't have rangers for mines, and we don't have, yes, you do. You have inspectors, you have licensing, you have permitting, you can have inspections at any time. Violators will be prosecuted. You also have citizens of Alaska who can let's say, report environmental laws being broken, or activity that isn't proper. But on a cruise ship that's 10 miles offshore, 8 miles, you can't see it from the shore. You can't see what they're doing. You have no idea. Passengers are too busy having a good time to worry about inspecting the ship for what they're, if the crew is up to no good. That's not their job anyway. They're tourists. You had an inspector on the ship, an ocean ranger on the ship, for a specific reason. You remember the Exxon Valdez? Hello, I don't know how many millions of fuel were spilled. Environmental damage still being dealt with even to this day. That was from 70 whatever. I just can't understand it. I do not understand how this mentality works, that too much government is a bad thing when it comes to the environment. And this isn't government, this is just common sense. And anyway, I'm still ranting about it. I understand my buddy Don Family Vacation did a video about it now. But the media, I don't see it on CNN. I don't see the story on MSNBC. I don't see the story anywhere. I don't see it in any paper. I see it from Anchorage. I see it from Alaska, but I don't see it from media elsewhere. And I'm just stumped, because if you do a Twitter about cruise ships, you look up cruise ships, like a Google search, all you get are environmental groups everywhere, all over cruise ships, because they're in Venice and they're in Amsterdam, and they're polluting the waters, they say, and that they cause more damage to the environment than anything else. Alaska, right here, is killing off a program that is specifically targeted to preserve the pristine waters from Alaska. All these glaciers melt right into the ocean, and within weeks, cruise ships are going through that water. They could be, not that I'm saying that they are, but they could be damaging it. And there's no one from the state to monitor, no one from the federal government to monitor, and everyone just takes the cruise line's word for it that all is well. And meantime, Carnival's paid out $60 million in fines, and they were that close to getting other sanctions put against them, but that doesn't seem to bother the governor of Alaska. The guy must have unbelievable vision from his office in Juneau, and his environmentalists must be crack ace #1 guys or girls who can monitor cruise ships from their office pods, wherever those are located, in whatever office they're dealing with. I have no idea. Anyway, that was the story that I talked about yesterday, or Saturday, I should say. The last time I was on the air, I put this video up Saturday, and it's had a bit of traction, but I've seen a lack of follow-up from any media out there. YouTubers are talking about it. Obviously, Don's talking about it. I'm talking about it. I'm just kind of going, I don't know. I'll keep bringing it up. But I'm not a one-man crusader, but I kind of I just ask what the hell is going on. Just what the heck is really happening? The channel here is growing. Thank you for being here and watching my show. Thank you for joining me on Canada Day, everybody. July 4th is coming around the corner, America's birthday. Happy birthday to the USA, I will say in advance. I'd like to be early. This channel has added more subscribers. We're now at 27,850 odd, heading on our way to 28,000 shortly. And moving forward, I did receive a message from the YouTube analytics computers today telling me that for the month of June, the channel did very well. The YouTube computers noticed that, which is always nice to hear. And the channel is growing, and I put up a lot of videos last month, did my live shows as usual, of course, and the results are showing positively for the channel, which is nice to hear from YouTube. And of course, I have to thank you, the viewers out there, for all of that. Thank you for being here and joining me live and watching my short videos. Thank you, those of you who give me thumbs ups on my shows, who give me thumbs ups on my videos, who share my short videos to friends on Facebook and through Twitter. I notice more and more people are reposting and retweeting my tweets, which I also very much appreciate. If you're on Twitter and you can retweet any of my tweets, I do appreciate that, because I like to issue tweets with my videos embedded, and that helps bring views from the outside into my channel. This is a big deal for YouTube. They love to see that. So thank you, all of you who have been helping me grow my channel, and those of you who are just here every day or sending me kind words and constructive criticism on my channel. I appreciate it. Those of you who are picking up Traveling with Bruce merchandise, this shirt here, I don't know if I can show the whole logo off. It's unbelievable. It's so big, this thing. TWB, Traveling with Bruce. I've got a bunch. I've got about 45 or 50 different logos on my RedBubble store, with products from coffee mugs to T-shirts to clocks to phone covers to pillows. It just goes on and on and on. Thank you for those of you who acquire any of those items. That helps this channel survive. I do earn a commission on any item you buy on RedBubble with my logo on it, of course. And then thank you out there, whoever it is, and I know one guy that I can always point at, but there are people who are out there who are supporting this channel who have decided, you know, I'm going to buy some product. When I buy something on Amazon, I'm going to buy it through Bruce's link to Amazon. Bruce has a link in his description right down here that I can just go right in, and I can acquire merchandise on Amazon. And every time I do, Bruce gets a commission. It helps him survive, being that he is a full-time YouTuber. I don't have any other day job. Thank you. Every morning I go to my Amazon.com account and I click in there. I'm having my coffee. It's usually 5 in the morning. I'm scraping my eyes. I'm waking up and I see if anyone went to Amazon yesterday. That's how I start my day every morning. And it's always cool to see how many clicks there are. People went to Amazon through my link, and then if anyone bought something or not, and whether any commissions came in. And thank you. It's like pennies from heaven every time that happens. Thank you, any of you and all of you who go to Amazon.com through my affiliate link, again, which is listed right down here. And then of all those of you who send donations to the channel, of course, thank you through PayPal, through Super Chat, Super Stickers, through Patreon. All of that. Thank you very much, all of you. All right, welcome back. Today's topic that I really wanted to talk about today, I didn't really want to talk about the Ocean Ranger program, but it sounds like I'm going to have to. But today's topic that I wanted to bring up really was, how can you avoid getting on a nightmare cruise? And I can tell you right now, I'm not talking about a nightmare cruise where, you know, something happens to the ship that's out of your control and you're on a nightmare cruise. I'm not talking about that kind of cruise, because you can't control that. There are people out there who get on a cruise ship, and unbeknownst to them, like my wife and I, we got on a cruise out of New York a few years ago, got on the Explorer of the Seas, and we were going to Caribbean for a 9-day holiday. And we were supposed to work our way to Labadee in Haiti, and then over to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and to St. Thomas, and over to San Martin, and then back to New York. And there's a sea day or two in between this from New York to South, because it's quite a distance. And we didn't know. When we got on the ship, it was a beautiful, oh gosh, 58 degrees in like February, March. The water in New York Harbor was just like glass. It was just incredible. We had a sunny, calm day. And we left New York. We went under the Verrazano Bridge and watched that. And later that evening, we had a lovely dinner and went to bed, and had a wonderful night's sleep. And then the next morning at something like 7:30 in the morning, we wake up and we're hearing sounds like I've never heard before. I'm hearing occasional banging sounds, like someone's with a sledgehammer on the outside of the hull, just banging on the hull of the ship. And I know I'm a long way away from the hull of the ship. We have an inside room. We're way up high, and I know I'm nowhere near the water line. I'm nowhere near the hull of the ship, really. But it sounds like, and then it sounds like it sounds like 20 guys have sledgehammers, and 5 of them are banging at the front of the hull. Then 5 more further down the hull are banging, and then further down they're banging. So the banging sound just goes all the way down the hull. Just, I'm what the heck is going on? Well, the movement also gave it away. I couldn't stand in my room. I would get up and go, oh, and I had no idea which way the room was going to go because the room was doing this, and I'm on an inside cabin, as I said. We were going through a huge winter storm, and we were headed south. The storm was headed north, and we were around South Carolina at that time. We'd gone all night, straight south out of New York, past Jersey, and heading south. And we were in the meat of a serious storm, and we would be for the next 20 plus hours. We'd already been in it for 7 or 8, and now we were going to be in it for another 24. And all bets were off. The captain had to slow the ship down from 25 knots, 24 knots down to 18 knots to take it easy on us. The ship had no problem with this weather. Believe it or not, the ship was doing fine. It was doing this, it was just kind of doing all that kind of, it was just plowing through these waves. We had 100-mile-an-hour winds hitting the ship. We were going, 30, the winds were 70, and the waves were 20, 30, 40 feet. The ship had no problem with that. The ship's designed to handle that. That's not the issue. The crew had no problem. They can handle that. That's what I'm talking about the crew on the bridge. They can handle that. The passengers weren't handling that. I wasn't handling that. I'm not a navigator. I'm not a Navy guy. This was just unbelievable. There was no appetite to eat anything. There was no way. We tried to get out of the cabin to go for a walk to see what was going on. And I think we made it. I think I made it for about 15 minutes, and I had to return to the cabin. I physically could not handle the stress. And I found that all parts of my body were, muscles were being asked to do things to stabilize oneself that muscles were not used to doing this. I know how to walk. I know how to go up and down stairs, but I do not know how to walk down a hallway that's doing this. I don't know. And my brain and my senses and my ears and my innards and my muscles and ligaments, I was just getting exhausted. Within 10 minutes, I was exhausted. I can't handle this, man. I gotta lie down. I'm pooped. I'm not used to this stuff. I'm an old guy. And back to the room I went with my better half, with Jennifer. Jennifer and I, we went back into bed, just laid down, and I couldn't eat a thing. I was sick as a dog. There was no way I was going to eat. And so that was the day. And that's a nightmare cruise. Well, that's a nightmare cruise we talk about all the time, about bad weather or engine trouble, stuff that you can't do anything about. The good news, by the way, on my cruise was the next day, things had settled down. The bad news was we had slowed down so long, for such a long period of time, to go through this lousy weather. We missed Labadee. We weren't going to make Labadee on time. Instead of making Labadee at 6 or 7 in the morning, we would have arrived at 6 or 7 at night. We lost 10, 12 hours. So no Labadee for us. So the captain really slowed the ship down, which took more pressure off the wave action. And we were down to about 12 knots. And we just kind of limped along as we came out of the storm. And the next day was glorious. It was a beautiful day. And the day after that, which was, the day of Labadee, would turn out to be a beautiful sea day for us. Beautiful sea day. And the next morning, we arrived on time in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And it was fine. It was cloudy, but it was warm, kind of muggy-like, which I didn't mind because it was winter. And I wanted the heat anyway. And my wife and I got off the ship, had a lovely day in San Juan, walked around a bit, found a Starbucks, enjoyed the architecture of San Juan. And then the next day was St. Thomas and St. Martin. Loved it. And then we had our 2 days back to New York, and all was well. By the time we got back to New York, it was calm as can be in New York. Storm had gone, passed. All was well. Anyway, I want to talk about avoiding a nightmare cruise where it's not your fault, and where you can make it so that it isn't your fault. Okay, that's what I really want to talk to you about. And that's for you newbies out there, and for you veterans out there. A few tips here that you might find helpful. Yeah, this is just there's some tips here that I think might make some sense. I read a story about a traveler who had gone on a trip and it didn't go well, and I read some points that the traveler had talked about. And I thought, boy, that makes sense, and that rings a bell with me. That got me thinking about this whole topic, and so here we are. Let me kind of go over some of the points. One way that you can help make sure that a cruise you are on might not become a nightmare cruise. And this what I'm going to tell you has many angles to it. I guess is the way I'm going to say this. It's called travel insurance. Travel insurance. A lot of people think travel insurance is just so you know, my plane is late. I'll be back. I'll get compensation if I lose my luggage and that type of thing. Travel insurance, depending on where you get it from and who provides it to you and how sharp you are, or how smart or how thorough your insurance agent is. This is a weapon that you can utilize. It's like having a weapon on you that can really protect you. And a few angles you have to consider. All right, travel insurance means also medical travel insurance. Travel insurance with medical. All right, you got to have it all. Don't think that because you've got travel insurance that it'll take care of delays or whatever on an airplane that it's all good. No, you've got to have to have comprehensive health care involved in this package deal. And if your agent is worth their salt as an insurance agent, they will get you a policy that really works. But I got to warn you out there, folks. A lot of people out there figure, oh, I've got travel insurance on my credit card. I'm good. I've got a gold card with Visa or with the Citibank or whoever I use. I have a gold card, and I've got travel insurance. I have no problem. Well, you took a look at the policy itself, which you can't read on the back of your credit card. If you took a look at the actual policy of your travel insurance through some of your credit cards, you would be horrified to find out how little you really have. The deductibles could just sink you. The allowables are so low that you may find that for what you're paying for the cruise and your airfare and hotel and car rental and anything else, you have no coverage to speak of. You might have $1,000 worth of coverage here, 500 here, 5,000 here, and you've got deductibles all over the place. You've got nada. You got nada. You show that policy to an industry professional in the insurance business, and they'll laugh you out of the room. They'll say, you haven't got insurance. You got a nightmare here. You've got more trouble than it's worth to even try to collect on this. This is impossible. If you buy insurance through your travel agent, you may or may not have enough. And I don't want to slam travel agents. I love travel agents. I really do. I think they are, the good ones are worth everything. But the good ones, make sure you don't go anywhere without the proper kind of insurance. Cruise ship insurance, the cruise line insurance that they offer, don't touch that stuff. Don't even bother with it. It's pointless. It is so heavily commissioned to the cruise line. You're buying nothing. For every dollar you're paying for this stuff, you're getting 10% of insurance. You're paying 90% in commissions. Don't bother going there. You need to spend your money on insurance that protects you, not the insurance company or the car rental company or the hotel or the airline. It protects you in every instance. You've got to be covered from apples to oranges to zebras, A to Z, man. You have got to have it. The best travel insurance you can get is the kind of insurance that you buy privately through a travel insurance agency or through a broker, an insurance broker that will shop the market for you. And you add that to maybe your home insurance, or you add it to your apartment insurance, or part of your car insurance, or it's standalone policy maybe, or part of your life insurance. But it is a separate policy that you have purchased yourself, and it's permanent. It's always on. You've always got it. So whether you're going on a trip, on a business trip, driving on a business trip, in your own car, and there's issues, you have travel insurance. Whether you're flying somewhere, you're taking a train, whether your employer is flying you to a business meeting in Houston, you've got travel insurance, interruption insurance, all kinds of health coverage, you name it, built into this, and you can take advantage of it. But when it comes to a cruise, there's so many angles where something can go wrong that a lot of people don't realize. They don't understand it. And specifically, I want to mention, of course, the medical side when it comes to getting off a cruise ship in an emergency, called evac. Medical evac insurance you've got to have. To get a helicopter to come and get you, the Coast Guard for Americans might not cost anything to Americans. But if you need to be evac in another country, or you need to be admitted into a hospital in a third world country, these folks immediately want to charge your credit card 25 grand as an automatic deposit to get things rolling, because they don't trust you that you can pay. Certain countries will start with a $2,000 deposit right now, and then it's $1,000 a day on your credit card, and you get your insurance money yourself. They won't trust it. You've got to be covered. You've got to have ways to protect yourself. Some medevac insurance can run $250,000, like a private jet from one country back to the U.S. to a hospital. That can run you $50,000 up to $250,000, depending on how far, how severe the problem is, and just under what circumstances. You are helpless unless you have something like that. But here's one that you might not have thought of. It's called trip interruption insurance, or it's called I can cancel a cruise for any reason I want insurance. Okay, that's the term I want to use in this case. Where, for example, you book a cruise well in advance. You book a cruise like a year ahead. And it's for you and your spouse and travel companion, and it's a nice long cruise, and you got a nice room, and you dropped $5 grand. You put down some serious money on a nice cruise. It might be with one of the big cruise lines as well. It doesn't have to be. I'm not talking about 6-star exclusive boutique cruise lines, although it could apply to that. I'm talking about one of the big boys. So you're taking a trip on Carnival, or you're taking a trip on Holland America, or Norwegian, or Royal Caribbean. I don't care. Pick any of these guys. A long time ago, 6-8 months ago, you booked the cruise, and then it's time to pay for the cruise with like 6 months to go, because more cruise lines now are trying to get people to pay in full sooner. If you pay in full sooner, they know they've got the ship booked out. They like to be sitting on the money in advance. Well, what happens if you pay for your cruise, and then after the cutoff date, you find out within a month or so that the price of your cabin is half price? That, gee, if I'd have waited, I could have got it for less. Some people say, well, I'll go to my travel agent and they'll get me the refund. Don't count on it. They may not be able to. You call the cruise line directly, you might not be able to get the difference. They might give you a cabin credit, or they give you some dining or a drink package as compensation, but you're not getting the cash back. You're not getting the money. And if we're talking about a family of 4, for example, mom, dad, 2 kids on a Disney cruise, or on a Royal Caribbean cruise or something, and the price drops dramatically, we're talking thousands of dollars that you could have saved had you booked now instead of then. What do? Well, if you've got cancel for any reason insurance, you cancel because you don't have to have a reason. You cancel your cruise. You turn around and rebook your cruise on that same ship if you dare, at the new price, at the cheap price. And if that saves you $3 grand, $2 grand, $4 grand, whatever the amount of money is, I'm talking anything more than $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 more, and it can be thousands. Oh, is that insurance handy? What a great deal that insurance package was. This is something one has to think about. Same with airlines. You booked an airfare for 4 people out of whatever to wherever, trying to get to the cruise line, trying to get to a cruise ship, wherever your cruise is going from, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Miami, whether it's out of New York, whether it's out of Los Angeles, it doesn't matter. You booked your flight 6 months ago, and you can get that flight now through the same carrier or another airline, or if you flew 1 day earlier, going forward, like in 3 months, you leave 1 day sooner and come back the same day, or come back 1 day later, you can save, $600 each times 4 people, $2,400. The airline isn't going to let you cancel out because maybe they've got all kinds of restrictions in their fare. Cancel for any reason on your insurance and rebook and save. This pays for your premium a zillion times over. You haven't even started your trip yet. You haven't even left the house, and you're already using the insurance as a weapon to protect yourself against the wild, wild west of cruise pricing, airline pricing, and everything else. You do the best you can when you shop, I would think. You do the best you can to find the best cruise that works for your itinerary, best layout of the cabin, best ship you want to be on, timing of your crew, all that stuff. But sometimes you find that, geez, you know, I got a book now, and I better, you know, they get pressure. They pressure you to book now, pay now, to reserve your cabin and get your status and all that stuff. And you do it thinking, oh, it's all good now. It's out of my mind. I can relax. Only to find out, you know, down the road, geez, I paid way too much. I've been ripped off here. I got taken by all the hype and excitement. I shouldn't have done that. You got a weapon, and pull out the 6-gun, baby. It's time to protect the family, and that's a lot of money. You're talking $2,000 after tax income. How much money do you have to make gross to net out $2,000? This is the world. That's a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash. And who are you working for? You or someone else? Shouldn't be done. Anyway, there's a level of insurance that is available to anyone that you should really consider, from apples to zebras. You really got to be careful. You got to have the right policy. I would recommend you do a full-time policy, a policy that always is in effect, that you get through a provider, hopefully through a you know, insurance broker, and go from there. That's what I recommend. All right, that's point number 1. Okay, like I said, with the prices of cruises, keep your eye on prices of cruises all the time. If you have a dream cruise in mind, a bucket list, or whether you just want to go on this year's trip, you know, you go on a cruise every year, and you want to go on a cruise this year to the Caribbean, every March you go, well, keep an eye on prices now and 3 months ago, and make sure that even before you commit, make sure the pricing has been trending the right way, or whatever it's at. And be flexible, if you can, in any event. And once you've booked, keep an eye on the prices. Don't stop looking. Keep looking. Make sure you didn't overpay big time. That would be a shame. What else can I talk about? Oh, shore excursions. Oh, yes, shore excursions. When you book a cruise, or you're thinking of booking a cruise, the cruise line will eagerly promote to you all the excursions that you could take on the cruise, all the cruise excursions that are available to you, everything you can go and see. Of course, I've talked to you a lot about excursions in the Caribbean. I've talked to you about excursions elsewhere, but you know, European excursions are one that can be very costly. And you really have to decide whether or not you want to do an excursion through an organized tour or not, depending on how far from the ship you're going to be at, you know, during the day, and the logistics of going to where you want to get to and coming back. You got to weigh all the factors. But there are occasions where you may find an excursion available for a couple $100 a person. And if you're talking 4 people, 2 couples, or family of 4, we're looking at $800 here, American money. That's serious cash. You may find that that $800 excursion, you could do it yourself for $250. And you've got to ask yourself, geez, am I going to pay this $550 additional money for what I can book myself, for the peace of mind of knowing I'm with the cruise line? You may find that that's just not enough peace of mind for me. I think for $550, I think we can arrange our own transportation to and from the ship to make this work for us. Again, it all depends on where you are, where you're going, and how long you have, and everything else. But boy, there are a ton of excursions available from cruise lines on all cruises, and they'll pressure you by saying, we only have 10 spots left and it's sold out. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. Don't buy it. Don't fall for that. Especially if you can go on your own. There are always cancellations on these things. I really would caution you on that. Now, if it's a complicated offshore trip that is a real specialty trip, well, then you got to pay the price if it's organized by the cruise line. I get that. But if it's a if it's a pretty common deal, like from the port that you use to go to Rome, which is 80 kilometers away, you can walk to the train station, or take a shuttle bus right to the train station, which is right there. You can train into downtown Rome at the main station for like $20 a passenger or so, $25 each, round trip or so, and then use the subway system to the Colosseum, and you're there. Or to the ruins, the downtown area. You can just walk through there on your own. Again, all up to you. If you want to be with a guide and get all that one-on-one treatment, and it's a good trip, you do it. But if you're young enough and strong enough and mobile enough to be able to do this on your own, and you can save yourself a ton of cash, hey, then I say go for it. Again, depending on your age, your circumstances, it's not a one-all solution. It's your situation. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yes, your room. Oh my gosh. You ever heard the term the squeaky wheel? It gets looked after. If you're in your cabin, you come into your cabin and it's not right, you complain about it right now. You don't take it. You don't turn the other cheek and say, "Oh, there's a stain on my carpet." Oh well, no, you don't play that game. No. You do the opposite game. You don't hand out a cash tip to your steward to start your cruise until after you inspect your cabin. You check out your cabin from top to bottom. You make sure those sheets of yours are spotless. There's no stains in your bedding. You make sure that the bathroom has been cleaned to within an inch of its life. You make sure there are no fingerprints, handprints on any of your mirrors. You make sure there are no stains on any of the furniture in there. You make sure it gets made right, because you might be on a cruise ship where the cabin staff, it's the first cruise for this cabin steward. They don't know what they're doing. You got the rookie. Well, you better start educating the rookie right now on what it is you're looking for. You might be on a cruise ship where the staff is really upset with the cruise line. Maybe the captain of the ship has been a real moron, or maybe the hotel manager has been a brutal beast. Maybe the section of the ship you're on, the supervisors have just been brutal to their staff, and they're just unmotivated and they don't care. Now you're going to complain, and you're not going to complain necessarily to your cabin steward. You might have to go higher than that. You might go right down to the front desk and ask to talk to the hotel manager for the cruise ship and let them have it now. First day, right now. First day. I'm here for a week. I'm here for 10 days. I'm here for 2 weeks. I'm not here to take this crap from you guys. What is this crap in my room? Take pictures of the problem and get it sorted immediately. Get them on their toes, because sometimes they get lazy or they don't know. The hotel manager has no idea what you're talking about. I didn't know the section up there has all these problems. No one's been complaining. You're the first one to come down here to talk to me about it. That might be a truthful answer. Get in front of their face and get on there. Absolutely. Stand up for yourself, because you've paid up front. You've paid already. What weapon have you got left to take away from them other than get in their face and make it done? Get it done right for you, because you deserve the best. You're the one paying the fare here. All right. I sound like an old guy today, don't I? I sound like a cranky old man. Oh my goodness. I'm all fired up here. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah. Okay. You're in the restaurant. You're not happy with the service or the food quality. Talk about that. Haul the manager over here. Just get his attention, or tell the waiter, "Can I see your manager, please?" Get the captain over there and just give it to him. And just say, "What's this? This is ridiculous. This tastes like crap," or "My steak is cold," or "This is unacceptable." Send it back. Especially in a specialty restaurant. You're in a specialty restaurant where you pay $25, $40, $50, $80 each more than your fare, and you're given crap for food. Oh no. Oh no. This isn't going to happen. I could have gone to the main dining room for nothing. No extra charge. I'm paying extra to come here and get this. That's not working for me. No, send it back. Send it back. Send it back. Get it done, and get it done right, because I'm here every night. Get it done right. You've got to stand up for yourself. If it's against your personality, change your personality. They don't know who you are. They don't know that you're normally a calm, reserved person. When you're at home, you're on a cruise. You can change. You can become Batman. You can become Batman. Yeah, get nasty if you have to. Hopefully you don't have to. I'm just saying, stand up for your deal. Every day when you get up on your ship now, the cruise line makes it so convenient for you. You can turn on your television every morning and you can see your account. You can see your shipboard account. You should be checking your ship account every day. Every day in the morning, first thing in the morning, what has been charged to my account since last night, since the last time I looked at my shipboard account. If you see a charge on there and you don't understand what it is, get your iPhone out, take a picture of the screen, check the whole account, take whatever pictures you got to take, and walk down to the hotel services desk, to the front desk. Show them what's on your screen. Show them your account. What is this? What is this charge doing here? I don't know what this is for. If you're supposed to get free drinks and you've been charged a tipping fee, which is normal, but they're charging you for the drinks on top of that, bring that up. Stop that right now. Stop that the minute you find it, and you have to check every morning your shipboard account. If you're not, you're just opening yourself to abuse. If you think you want to wait until the last day to fix it all up, good luck to you. Get in line, buddy. There's 40, 50 people in line on the last day with problems because they decided to do what you did. I'll take care of it later. No, you take care of it now, fix it now, and stay on top of it. Any charges that you got charged for, you weren't supposed to be charged for, get on there. Something you don't understand, find out what the heck's going on, because it's your money. They got your credit card on file. They're just charging it. Good luck trying to reverse it. You better be on it. Absolutely better be on it. What else? Other ways to avoid nightmare cruises. Avoid old ships. Now, this is a generalization from your buddy Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia. But you and I spent hours every week talking to you people about how I love to go on a cruise, and what the advantages are of going on a cruise, and some of these incredible new cruise ships that are coming out that are being built right now. It's unbelievable. It's just incredible. The features. And when a ship comes out of dry dock, how they've added all kinds of new stuff to these older ships. It's really phenomenal. But I'm telling you right here, right now, I am giving you folks videos. I'm putting them up every week, every month, about a ship with engine problems over here and a ship with propulsion problems over there, or a ship with technical problems over there. Now, sometimes we get a shock. We get surprised that a 3-year-old cruise ship like the Carnival Vista has engine problems. Are you kidding me? 3-year-old engine problems? Cars aren't supposed to have that. But when I talk to you about the Norwegian Epic cruise ship or other cruise ships with engine issues, we take a look at when they were built and we realize, oh my God, that ship was 12 years old. That ship was 15 years old. That ship was 24 years old. That ship's 21 years old. And we're seeing a more and more common theme. The older the cruise ship, the more likely the ship is having mechanical issues. That's to be expected. The old cruise ships die. Eventually, they die. You cannot keep repairing a ship that was built in the 90s to be up to 2019 or 20 standards. It's not feasible. There's a reason ships built in 1970 are hardly in the water anymore. All the 1980 cruise liners, all the 1990 cruise liners, they're virtually gone. They're virtually all gone. Very few left. Very few. Soon, we're going to say goodbye to the ships that were built in the early 2000s. They're going to the scrap heap. They're headed there. That's where they're going. Sooner or later, that's where they're going. I'm telling you, folks, you're looking for a deal to the Bahamas or Caribbean or to Mexico or to wherever you want to go cruising, and you see a fantastic offer. I mean, just an incredible deal. Take a look at the age of the ship, please. That's the first thing you want to do. When was this thing built? When was the last time the ship I'm interested in was refurbished? Because a ship goes in for refurbishing usually every 5 years. And every second time, every 10 years, a refurbishment is more than just a quick 2-week turnaround. It's a major job. And you want to avoid a cruise ship that is 25 years old and hasn't had a major refurbishment in 9 years. It may have been refurbished 4 years ago. They got paint and new carpeting put on it, but they didn't do a major since for 9 years, and the ship is 25 years old. Avoid that ship at all costs. Just stay away from it. Your odds have just risen dramatically that you might be on a vessel that not only is mechanically tired, has wear and tear on all surfaces that you'll instantly note. You'll go, oh my God, I was on the so-and-so last year. It was a 2-year-old ship. I'm on this ship because I got such a great deal. And oh my gosh, I see all kinds of you could just tell how ancient this ship is and how tired it looks. But there's something else you might not be aware of. Has it occurred to you that the best staff that cruise lines have, the top waiters, the best room stewards, the best kitchen workers, the employees with the best attitudes, the up-and-comers, the real winners, the staff of the top 10 percentile of the cruise line staff, where will you find those guys? Not on the 30-year-old cruise ship. You're not going to find them. You're going to find those guys on the brand new cruise ships, the top 4 or 5-year-old cruise ships, the last 3 or 4 that came into the water on behalf of these cruise lines. The cruise ship that's been in the water for 25 years, the staff on that cruise ship will be the trainees. They will be the rookies who just came in, and they'll be the old timers that are on the way out, and they know it. They know that this is their last contract. They know that this is their last 6 months, and then they're out. It might be the ones who got into trouble with other employees on other ships, and they've been, quote, demoted to the older ship, to the not as sexy itinerary. For you, it's a sexy itinerary. It's great for you. It's Miami to Miami via the Caribbean. It's going to be great. But for them, they got demoted because they picked a fight, or they had an attitude problem, or they're gone. They're about to be gone, or they want to be gone. And you're on that ship. I'd avoid those older ships. I would avoid those ships that have not been in refurbishment for quite some time, especially major refurbishment. I'd avoid them. You can find out the last time a ship was refurbished. If you go to vacationstogo.com as an example, or Cruise Mapper, or any of these other sites, you'll see when the last time the ship was in refurbishment. It's usually every 5 years. But if the last time it was refurbished, it was a $35 million, $40 million refurbishment, that is paint and carpeting and a few linens and maybe some mattresses. That wasn't a full-blown redo at all. So the dishwashers downstairs are 8.5, 9 years old. The equipment being used is older. The microwaves are on their last legs. The bartenders are using mixers that have been around a long time. It's time to look for a fresher ship. And for your own holiday sake, I think you deserve to be on the most exciting ship possible if you can afford it. And like I say, I'll say this: if you find a deal on, say, a balcony for $5.99, but for $6.99 you can be on a ship that's 15 years newer, I'd take that deal. I'd go that. I'd pay the $100. Find it, take back all your empties, collect IOUs from people who owe you a couple of bucks, get that $100 and upgrade to the newer ship. Absolutely. Get to the staff that's excited to be on the ship they're on. They love their new ship. They were hand chosen. They graduated to the bliss, to the joy, or to the symphony of the seas. They're on the mothership. They're on the starship of the cruise line. Get up there. Try to avoid the older ships. I really would recommend it. Just checking out my notes here. Just one more second here. 5-star or up. Yes. Cruise lines. A lot of passengers. A lot of passenger guests and first-time cruisers, they will take a cruise based on how much it costs as the #1 decision. I understand that. I talk about money all the time on cruise ships. I always want to know, what's the name of the ship? Where's it going? How much is it? Of course. One thing I think you should keep in mind to avoid a nightmare cruise is try to stay on 5-star cruise lines or better. Avoid 4 stars. Certainly avoid 3 stars. Do not even consider it. But I wouldn't consider a 4 or a 4.5 star if at all possible. I would consider a 5-star. I would rather be the cheapest paying passenger on a 5-star line than being upper end paying passenger on a 4-star line. I'd rather be on the 5-star, even in a lower category. That's my personal take. I like to eat in high-end restaurants, and I'll order the cheapest item on the menu. It'll be made just beautifully. On a cruise, I think this is an important thing to do to avoid a nightmare cruise. You want to be on a ship where the staff is top-notch, where people who work on those ships really want to be there. They're not surviving on this grunt job. They really want to be with this cruise line. They really want to be with this particular cruise ship. You want to be surrounded by people who really want to be where they are, like you do, like you want to be where you are. It will pay off in the end handsomely. In every little detail, it'll pay off in the buffet. It's spotless. And the dishes get taken off tables so quickly, you can't believe it. You'll say to yourself, I was on so-and-so line last year, and I remember being in the buffet, and the dishes sat there for half an hour, and there were flies all over the dishes because no one was taking them away. On this cruise line, it's a 5-star line, there are no dishes to be seen anywhere. They're always gone. It's incredible. They're really cleaning up this joint. I don't find food on the floor that some kid dropped after 10 minutes anymore. That's gone. It's all picked up, cleaned up. You want to be on a cruise line where it's impeccable and it's spotless. You'll find that that those kinds of cruise lines, the norovirus problem is a very, very rare bird indeed. It almost never happens. You want to be treated like a rock star on any cruise line you are, and whether it's waiting in line to go into the show, being looked after in the casino, going into the spa, I don't care where it is. You want to be treated like you should be as a first-class passenger. So I would steer you in that direction as much as possible. Spend a little more and move up the ladder. I'd recommend that. Another thing I'll quickly mention, a lot of people, they want to go on a cruise. Maybe, you know, they want to go on a cruise badly. They can only afford to go once in a while. Some go yearly, some go more often than once a year. Others go like once every 5 years. Avoid the Chevrolet package deal. And what do I mean by that? I would avoid going on a cheaper cruise line and then adding all the perks on top of it. I'd rather you turn that around and say, let's go to the 5-star line, or take a look at a 6-star line, and how low can I get on that star line anyway to start with, because there'll be more included in your fare. There aren't these extras all over the place. Now, we know certain cruise lines we've talked about that are kings of add-ons. They're just options and options and options. It never ends, and it never stops. They just keep adding and adding and adding these nickel and dime charges. Certain cruise lines you want to avoid. Certain cruise lines, in that case, if you can, try to avoid. Certain cruise lines will offer you the base rooms, and then they have the high end. Like with Norwegian, they got the Haven on top of the regular. Royal Caribbean has the regular rooms, and then they have the high end suites and so on. Take a look at a 6-star line where everyone's in the same kind of category. You all have a balcony. No one gets an inside room. It's all inclusive. You can't pay extra for booze. You can't pay extra for meals. You can't pay extra for Wi-Fi. You can't pay extra for the spa. It's all included. Rather than going on a cheaper line and adding everything on top, you may find that you're spending about the same amount of money on a 4-star line or a 4.5-star line than you are on a 6-star line where it's all given to you. Avoiding a nightmare cruise. All right. Last thing I'll mention, or one of the last things I'll mention, is this is a personal thing for me. I've mentioned it before, but for a lot of you out there who've never done this before, you really have to look into this. And it's basically, the bottom line is, get yourself a spa pass. On the Parks and Rec TV show, they used to have an episode called Treat Yourself. Treat yourself. You're on a holiday. This is your one time every couple of years to really enjoy yourself. If you're on the right brand, if you're on the right cruise line, Norwegian is one. I'll mention Norwegian. I've enjoyed personally Norwegian cruises for this feature. Holland America is another one I'll mention for sure. Probably Celebrity would be another one I'll mention. You can buy a spa pass. It's adult only. It's restricted to men and women. You have your women's side. You have the men's side. You've got your own private exclusive change area with lockers. You lock everything away. And you've got the showers. You've got the which are big. You've got your steam room, jacuzzi, saunas, plunge pool, perhaps, spas, and then you have the common area where you can go out there with your bathrobe, your trunks, and you can enjoy the ceramic loungers. You can enjoy the regular loungers. You can enjoy some beverages like maybe iced water with tea, iced water with lemon or lime. You can enjoy iced tea, all complimentary, part of the spa. And you got the big pool, jacuzzi pool, so husband and wife can be together in the big jacuzzi pool together, or they can stay in their separate halves and enjoy their own facilities there, whatever you like, however it works for you. My wife knows, Jennifer knows, that when Big Daddy goes into the spa, she will see me 45 minutes after I get in there, maybe an hour. It's going to be an hour before she sees me in the common area, because I'm going to be in that men's area alone, away from everyone else, other than the other people who are using the spa, obviously, but you'll be surprised how few do. It's fantastic. And I'll be enjoying the shower facility, the steam room facility. There's a jacuzzi in there. I'll be using it. I'll be enjoying that. And then 45 minutes or an hour later, I'll eventually work my way out into the public area, the co-ed area, and where my wife will be hanging out. And we'll lie down beside each other on loungers, or, in the area, or we'll get into the jacuzzi pool together. but she doesn't last as long as I do. She knows it, I know it, and it's nothing personal, and it's not a problem with her or me. We both know what we like, and she knows I really like the spa area. That is my go-to place to unwind, relax, and recover from getting old. And I would highly recommend this to all of you out there to avoid the nightmare cruise, because there's nothing worse than saving all this cash to go on a holiday that you've been looking forward to, going out on excursions and doing all kinds of activity on shore, and being exhausted on day 3, 4, and 5, and you're not even giving yourself a chance to recover. The only chance you're giving yourself to recover is lying on a lounger on the pool deck with 2,000 other passengers and those screaming kids who are breaking the rules and no one's stopping them, where you could have been an hour a day, an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. You could have gone to the spa, the private spa, adult only, where it's peace and quiet, and you could have had a nap there. You could have just relaxed. You could have a shower in peace with room to spare, like a big guy like me needs. This is everything. This is good for the soul, good for the brain, and it smooths over a lot of little things that could be going wrong on your cruise. That's the thing I'm trying to get at. That by the time the cruise is over, after a week or 10 or 12, 14 days, people say, how was your cruise? And you'll say, I was great. I really enjoyed it. Well, you look so relaxed. So you go, yeah, I am. I really took care of myself. Others will come off and just go, oh, I'm exhausted. I need a holiday because I just got off a cruise. That is the wrong answer. You don't want to have to be doing that. Anyway, there's an overall blah, blah, blah from yours truly about avoiding a nightmare cruise scenario. You can stop a lot of it yourself. You might have to become somebody else. You might have to become Batman. You might have to turn into Batman and not take it. Stand up for yourself and just be the other personality that's deep within, and let that person out, because you are protecting your investment in this cruise. Because the cruise line staff, guess what? When you're off the ship, guess what happens? Someone else comes on the ship. You're just another one. You're just another one. And if you're being treated as just another darn tourist, you're on the wrong cruise line. You're on the wrong cruise ship. You chose poorly. You don't want to be caught in that kind of scenario. But if you are caught in that scenario, you straighten those people out. It's not like you're going to pick a fight with anybody. You're not trying to get kicked off the cruise ship. You're just standing up for the fact that this isn't right. I would like this addressed, please. Please address this issue for me, please. They'll do it. They respect. They do. They respect. They don't respect bullying behavior. Don't try to become that. Don't go there. But Batman, you respect Batman, because Batman speaks from strength. If you're right and you've got photographic evidence of issues in your cabin, or whatever the problem is, or there's a problem with your room account, be assertive, but be respectful, and they will tend to you. Trust me, they will. And if your room steward fixes a problem that you have, and he or she fixes that problem, and you slip them $10 and say, thank you for taking care of me, oh my, there will be no more problems in that cabin of yours. They will be all over you. What else do you need? Every day, every morning, is everything all right? Is everything okay with your room, Mr. Frommer? Thank you very much for being here. We'd love to have you. The word spreads. Tipper in room so-and-so. That is what you want. You want that kind of reaction. Your waiter brought you a pork chop that you didn't like. You sent it back, and then you got the meal that you loved, and you slip that waiter $5 at the end of your meal. Say, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Here, thank you for your service. Whoa! Tomorrow night's meal, there's no way you're sending it back. It's impossible. It's going to come out perfect, because that waiter knows, oh yeah, don't mess with this guy. This passenger will treat you right if he's treated right. That's how you do it. Little things like that. Your bartender, you slip him a couple of bucks when you get your drink. That bartender will always look at you. What would you like today? There are 15 people all over the place. What would you like today? You're looked after. Little things like that to not have a nightmare cruise. Okay, there you go. That's my spiel. Any comments? Any thoughts? Please let me know. Thank you for being here today, everybody. 47 thumbs ups. Thank you for 47 thumbs ups on this show. I really appreciate it. Every time this channel gets a thumbs up, the YouTube computers go, engagement. Who is this guy? Why aren't we promoting him more? He's getting more thumbs up than anyone else doing what he does. We should promote this guy's channel. This is what I'm hoping for. I'm begging for. Thank you, all of you who are commenting, who are throwing thumbs ups this way, sharing my videos, everything you do to help promote my channel. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's say hi. Who's here? It's Canada Day. How about that? Welcome to Canada's birthday. Welcome, one and all. I'm catching up on comments way late. Probably I've missed 100 of them already because after so many minutes they disappear on me, and I miss you. So if I haven't said hi to you, it's not on purpose. It's because I've been going on with my topic of the day. But I did see some names flashing by. I see Kelly Haston, Linda Lou, Sylvia Swan, So Tweety. I see Scott Weber here. I've got Sherry Awesome here. Megan Frost, Kirk Brunson out of New York City, Ed Tolleson here from New York, Sherry Awesome from St. Louis, Megan Frost is here. Who else here? Glenn Edinburgh from Brisbane, Australia. He's in the house. Hi, Kirk. So Tweety. Baron Holman. Hi, Baron. How you doing? Ed Tolleson. Who else have I got? Barry Holman. Colin Engbert is here. Who else have I got? Xavier Omatsi is here. Hi, Xavier. How you doing? Can't pronounce names if you don't know. I don't know if you know now. Marielle Levesque. Thank God for a good insurance. My mom had a heart attack on the cruise. We got off at St. Kitts, and she was in the hospital for 10 days with no insurance. It would have cost us $40,000. Thank God we had it. Yes, Marielle. Thank God you have it. I cannot express how important it is to have it at all times. Beautiful news. Let's see. Linda Lou, Ramon Kuntz is here. Hi, Ramon. And Xavier said, I'm going on a cruise on Thursday. Right on. Fantastic. Tom Henry, my buddy from Richmond, Virginia, is in the house. Tom, how you doing, pal? Welcome to the show. Thank you for posting on my Facebook group page all the time. Those of you who don't know, there is a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce. Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. Traveling with Bruce. You can go to the Facebook group page, hang out there between shows, ask to join the group. I'll let you in. I'm the administrator. Would love to have you come by. Please pop in. Who else have I got here? SFL Spotter is here. Who else have I got here? Rob Slevin is in the house. Welcome. Who else have I got here? Kirk Brunson, I see here. I'm going through the names before they disappear on me because they're going fast. Bobby Green, hi there, buddy. How you doing? And that point, it's whatever. Okay. So Tweety. Interesting comment. I can't use that word. Hear you there. Okay. Who else is here? Ed is here. Sylvan Force is here. How you doing, buddy? My round trip ticket by train from Civitavecchia, the port for Rome, to St. Peter's cost me 14 euros. The bus excursion from the ship, $600 each. I saw the place at my leisure and saved big bucks. There you go, Sylvan. Excellent point. Sometimes you can do something on your own for a whole lot less money, and boy, did Sylvan save. Who else have we got here? Linda Lou, I've been on 16 ships. They've always been spotless. That's great news. Let's see here. Nurse Nancy is here. Hi there, TWB Ticketmaster ad prior to your show. Gas is $2.66 a gallon here. Nice warm weather in the 80s. Those of you who don't know, if you're brand new to my channel, I would love it if you said hi to me for the first time ever, for sure. Tell me you're a newbie, you're watching for the first time. Tell me, where are you watching me from? Love to know where you are. What's your high temperature today? What's the price of gas in your neighborhood? Did you get an ad before you saw my show? Anything like that. Love to hear from you. Love to give you a shout out. Thank you everyone for being here. Tracy Smith, I love it, Bruce. Get her done. Welcome, Tracy Smith. Pamela Bauer, going to Alaska in August. Can't wait. So Tweety, I don't recommend getting nasty towards any of the crew. We've heard lately how they can kick sour asses off for the next sport for saying anything. That's exactly right. This is why respect is the secret to this deal. Be Batman, but from a position of strength. Absolutely. Don't wear the cape. Don't do that. No. Don't put on the costume. No. Just pretend you're Batman. But be nice. Who else have we got here? Vivian is here. Hi, Vivian. Welcome. Colin. One time I was in the bathroom on a ship and had to go super bad. I couldn't hold anymore, so I pooped in the urinal. They didn't find it. That's me. They didn't find it was me. I had to be quiet. That's funny. Colin. Oh, Colin, that's almost too much information. Oh, no, that is too much information. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I don't know what to say to that. I'm going to move on to 3Js. I'll catch a replay in a few hours from James. Hey, James in Galloway. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that's funny. Marfair, has anyone had club class on Princess? Is it worth the money? Good question. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. So Tweety, I personally think it's a ripoff. Farmer, you get a different flower in your dining table and a half a bottle of wine. That's it. Good point. So Tweety, that might be right. Batman is nothing compared to this disgruntled polar bear, says Sylvan Forest. Mild-mannered me turns into a white tornado when you poke him in the ribs. There you go. Oh, that's great. Who else have I got here? Scott Weber saying, hi. Dave Allner just did the cruise in Europe. Didn't book one excursion with the ship. I saved thousands of dollars for the four of us. Saved thousands. Right on. Well done. You can book excursions online on your own. You know, you can have a private tour guide for the two of you or for four of you or eight of you, whatever the gang is that you got together. You can have a private tour guide come down to the port to meet with you. They'll hold a stick with a flag on it. They'll tell you, I'm going to have the flag with whatever symbol on it. Just look for me. You'll find your tour guide. Let's go. And for, $150 for the whole day, you got a tour guide showing you stuff the tour group will not show you with a bus of 60 people on it. How about that? There's ways. There you go. Let's see here. Mama Bears also have a temper, says Nurse Nancy. So, Tootie, thanks, Nurse Nancy. Work has been real busy lately, so I haven't been around for the afternoons. It's nice to catch up with everybody. Hey, friends, connect with me on Instagram, says Sherry. Rob Sauter, hello, everybody. I'm from Wilmington. It's 91 and sunny. Got to put my nose into the wind. They'll be listening. Happy Canada to all my Canadian friends out there. Thank you, Rob. Welcome, buddy. Tom Henry, they don't make, what is that? They don't make and living like they used to. Love the smaller ships as long as they have balconies. The 1990 vintage Carnival ship. Kevin Muxfeld, as ships get larger and larger with more and more passengers and crew, the chances are the itinerary will change for a medical emergency. Now, there's a point, too. That right, Kevin, I really appreciate that comment because you're talking about a ship with 6,000 passengers on it. And what are the odds that, will 100 passengers be 85 and older? Will 1,000 passengers be 80 and older? Would 2,000 of those passengers be 70 and older? I don't know. And so, one person has a medical emergency that the ship's doctor wants to look after here. The ship's doctor is acting on behalf of the cruise line, is acting on the interests, the legal interests of the cruise line as well. That is part of their training. And they have a passenger that has internal bleeding. They're 84 years old. They don't feel well. And they've been sicker than a dog for the last 2 years. But they're good enough to go on this cruise. And 4 days in, they're not feeling well. And the doctor's got to make a decision. What are we going to do? If we're at port, we can get a passenger off right now. No problem. Won't interfere with anyone's vacation. Great. But tomorrow's a sea day. And we're at sea. And it's, 4 in the morning. And we left port, yesterday evening. And we're not getting to the next port until, 18 hours from now, 20 hours from now. We're not getting the next port, whatever that is. And I've got a patient, I got someone coming in, or I got a phone call that cabin so-and-so, we got a big problem here. And we've got internal bleeding. This doctor is going to go to the captain. Where are you? Where are we? I got a patient here, needs to go to a hospital. I need a level, a hospital of this caliber to handle this issue. And the captain says, the closest one is 12 hours over here, which is 12 hour, way off base from where we're going. And that's where we're going. And we're going to get that patient there. From a legal point of view, the cruise line did everything they could to get the passenger as soon as possible. And everyone else has been inconvenienced because tomorrow's stop is gone. We're not going to make that. We're going to skip that stop. And the next stop is maybe the day after that, back to home port. Your cruise is over. Your land-based part of the show is over because a passenger got ill. This happens all the time. This happens a lot. And the cruise ship doctor is in a no-win situation. They can't not look after the patient, but everyone else is upset because, oh my God, we just blew out our perfect day at Coco Key, or we blew out this stop or that stop, whatever it is. Yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. But that's a nightmare cruise that happens, right? The hope is that the passenger who's ill has insurance to handle their needs, like we just saw a minute ago from another viewer. So yeah, very good point, Kevin. I love that. Cool, Jazz. I just saw a video today about 40 cruise ships for sale. Almost all of them are in the water now. Well, it's not surprised about that. I thought cruise ships would get sold a few times before scrap. They do sometimes. It all depends on the price and the issue with the ships. But lately, the big cruise lines have been running their ships longer than normal because of the increase of the demand. They want to keep as many cabins active as possible. But you got to figure that if the big cruise lines are adding new ships every year, and they are, Holland America's adding new ships all the time. Princess, Carnival, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, they're all adding new ships all the time. They're also adding new staff. You can't run another 4,000 passenger ship with just as many staff. You need another 1,500 people, maybe 1,800 people. That includes the entertainers, the waiters, the dishwashers, the room stewards, the crew. You got to add, that many more, plus your natural turnover that you have every year. So you got that issue on top of everything else. You can imagine the recruiting department is busy all the time for these big cruise lines. The ships themselves are being turned over, and the cruise line wants to run that one ship, that old ship, for another 3 years. We want to run it 3 more years. Well, in the past, once it hit a certain age, the cruise line's saying, we got to get rid of that one. It's got to go. It's costing us too much money. It's burning too much fuel. The engine is way past its due date. We're not going to put a $5 million motor in this thing. It's got to go. Now they're going an extra couple of years. And issues. They're not turning them over as fast as they used to. Anyway, there you go. What else have I got here? Who else is here? Kevin. Yep, all cruise ships are for sale. They all have a price. That's true. Sandra Kolb, I had a bad cabin steward on one of my Carnival cruises. I went to guest services. They called the head of housekeeping to listen to my complaints, walked back to my room, and demoted the guy. Wow, that's amazing. What happened next week, though? Did he get remoted? I'm just asking. I don't know, but that's interesting, Sandra. Very interesting. At least they replaced him for your cruise, which is fine. So tweeted, they're putting everyone's favorite captain, Tuvo, on board the new Sky Princess for good reason. He's famous and he deserves it. Right on. Well, who's going to be the captain of the ship now? The old ship. Hopefully a good guy. We'll see. Let's see here. 6,000 people, way too many, says Linda Lou. I'd rather pay top dollar for Regent, says Marfair. Sometimes I think the ships are just competing to get bigger and bigger, says Nurse Nancy. There's a point to that. Very good point to that. Vivian, Tom just woke me up, she says. Oh my gosh. 2 out of the 3 bartenders on the Joy Haven are going on to the Encore setup team. There you go. You take the best guys, bring them to the new ship. That's what happens. And then you bring them up from below, right? Thank you, SFL, for that comment. BBQ, the new ship I was on had many new staff, and the service was disjointed, maybe because they had not been working together very long. Probably very good point, BB. I would say that, the first few cruises of a new ship, yeah, you're going to get exactly that kind of problem because it's all new for everybody. Everything is in a different place. The ships have a different layout, different systems, and they have to get to know their ship. They have to get to know their little quirks, the good and the bad and the ugly. They figure it all out. Mar Fair says we were booked on Scarlet Lady until Cuba dropped out. Scott Weber, if it is not being refurbished, it is the cruise line. Then the cruise line might be selling. Oh yeah, if it's not being refurbished, is the cruise line thinking of selling it? Good point. You might be on a ship that might only have 6 months to go before it's being sold off. Not going to be very fresh, is it? The next guy getting the ship is going to refurbish it, but not the old guy. Yeah, something to think about too. Let's see. Who else have I got? Nurse Nancy, I can't wait for Bruce and Jen to actually get on a cruise. That would be great breaking news. Nurse Nancy, you just hang in there. We're scheming right now. We were talking about this yesterday. We did some talking yesterday. I was floored by the difference between Royal Caribbean's Explorer of the Seas and Majesty of the Seas. It was like going from a Four Seasons down to a Motel 6. Comment from So Tweety. Very good comment, So Tweety. And it's the same cruise line. Same training for the staff, whole different atmosphere on the ship, different feel, everything. Yet the brochures, you take a look at those brochures, the pictures they use for the ships and where they're going, they're just as beautiful, aren't they? You can't tell from the brochure what you're about to get on, and you've got to kind of read between the lines with these ships, refurbished or not, how old or not. Very interesting. Let's see here. Definitely a 5-star. Define 5-star, Marfair says. Define 5-star. 5-star would be Holland America, Celebrity. Let's see, the brand new Royal Caribbean ships. The newest of the Norwegians, although most Norwegians are 4.5, but I would go with the newest of Norwegians. I would go. Let me just top of my head here. Cunard would be 5-star. Let's see, and then of course you've got the higher end from there. You've got Viking Ocean, you've got Seabourn, Regency, you've got Silver Sea, I believe, and Pona, and you know, these are 5, 5.5, and 6. But yeah, you want to be in. I would push to go for 5, not a 4. So stay out of Carnival, go higher. Now you're going to go on Carnival, go on the newest ship, go on the Mardi Gras. Sounds exciting. The Horizon sounds great. The Panorama coming out of Long Beach sounds good. But again, you might want to be in the higher end room on these ships. Just kind of be up there. You get what you pay for when it comes all. Just saying. Nurse Nancy, I'm not saying the cruise news isn't interesting. She said, I just like to hear you go on a cruise. I'd like to hear you talk about going on a cruise. Nurse Nancy, I hear you there. Can't wait myself. Megan Frost, our room on Explorer was very nice. I was impressed by nearly everything. The cabin on Majesty was the smallest, oldest, smelliest I've ever had, and the steward who never serviced my cabin. Unbelievable. That's just unforgivable. That's bad. Let's see here. Who else we got here? I can't go on Carnival, Bruce, says Marriott Marfair. I hear you there. Cristobal, that was true on the Bliss. They took those plates quicker than lightning. The best crew. I hope every day is a day we hear Nurse Nancy, but so far no luck. Linda Lou says, waiting for me to announce the cruise. Gotcha. Let's see here. SFL Spotter. The service on the Haven was superb. 6-star service for sure. Yes, if you're on a Norwegian ship and you're staying in the Haven, it's nice. You'll be looked after. You're on a different vehicle, really. You're on the same ship, but you're in a different world. Absolutely. Those of you who were with me when I had Dan the Man Slots on the show, and he was showing us with his camera the inside of his cabin in the Haven. Wow. You remember that? Really nice. Really nice. Yes. You can imagine the service is top notch. Of course it would be. You're paying for it. But, you know, the kind of money you're paying to get on the Haven, you can go on a Viking Ocean cruise ship. You can go on a Seabourn. It's the same kind of cash, 6-star all the way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Haven. There's nothing wrong with the Haven. But there's everything right with the Viking Ocean cruise, or a Ponan, or on a Seabourn, or some of these higher end lines. That too has to be considered. But nothing wrong with the Haven, I say. You're on a big ship, and you got all the other amenities to enjoy. Knock yourself out. Fantastic. Let's see. Who else have I got here? Nurse Nancy says, so far I'm very happy with the service we've had. Let's see. Tom Henry says, I want to cruise on the oldest NCL ships. Okay, Tom. Let's see here. Who else we got here? Marfair, not happy with the Haven. Fantastic, JJ. This is crazy advice. Only going 5 stars. I'm not made of money. JJ, shop around. Don't be fooled that you can't get on a 5-star for a good price. You can. You just have to look for it. Trust me. There are deals. There are deals on 5 stars. All America, Celebrity. So the newer Royal Caribbean ships, the brand new ships from Norwegian. You can find deals. Just shop. Don't be surprised. Yeah, don't cut it off too quick. Sylvan. I'm reading Sylvan's comment. I'm not sure if I should read it. What is this? Placid saith thou? You should have seen the set of teeth I showed them on the Klingon barge of the Dan. And that was to calm down my saint of a wife, because she would have sunk that scow. Something tells me, Forrest, Sylvan, something tells me that you wouldn't have minded getting kicked off that ship. I think that's what you're trying to tell me. You're so upset with Carnival. You wouldn't have minded if they told you to get off at the next stop, because you would have said, with pleasure, I'm out of here. This is a dump. I got you. Okay, I got you. All right. Oh, my. Unbelievable. Who else have we got here? Hey, Brittany, how you doing? BB, love the spa pass. Tom Henry, maybe use the NCL MC to buy that ship. Cool, needs the points to upgrade inside balcony on Bruce's cruise. Go from inside the balcony. That's great. Kelly Hassan, we've decided we're going to do the spa pass on the Bliss in September. Excellent decision. Excellent decision. Do it. You'll never regret it. It'll be your favorite part of your day every day. Oh my gosh. Who else have I got here? Cool Jazz saying hi. The Bliss Spa is fantastic, says BBQ. Fantastic news there. I really enjoyed the spa on the Jade and the Epic. Loved the spa on the Epic. It had a balcony at the back of the ship, way up high. It was great. Love that thing. Let's see here. Spa looked nice on the QM2, says Vivian. Had to go through it every day to get to the King's Court buffet. Love the Sanctuary too, Marfair. It's peak cruising, says So Tweety. Let's see, who else have I got here? It's me time, says Marfair. That's right. It's me time. Let's see, trying to catch up. Pamplemousse is here. How you doing, buddy? Stop giving away my spa secrets, he said. Or she. Scott Weber, Traveling Bruce, if you like small ships, and the smaller ships are older ships, they only build the behemoths nowadays. Well, again, it depends on the line. But Holland America, good size. Princess, the newer ships, nice. They're not super behemoths, but yeah, I hear you. Let's see. Going to spawn Encore, says Cool Jazz. Hoping by then Tom will know if he's allergic to lavender. Right on, Cool Jazz. I had unlimited caviar on one cruise, says Marfair. So Tweety, I tipped the bartender on Royal Caribbean $5, and he came and found me in the club with another martini 20 minutes later. He came and found me. Yeah, baby. That's right. Now you're on a 6-star cruise line, aren't you? That's right. $5 and you've upgraded nicely. Well done, So Tweety. Well done. Let's see. Oh, dang, my fingers are stuttering, says Marfair. That's funny. Let's all give Bruce a thumbs up. Brittany says, we have 66 now. Thank you, everybody, so much for these. I appreciate them very much. Happy Canada Day, says Nurse Nancy. Thank you, dear. Marielle Levesque, thanks, Bruce. Who else have I got here? Marfair says, I'm from Florida. Fantastic. Happy Canada Day from Ed Tolson. Thank you, buddy. Bruce, let you know the Prison Dam is leaving Holland America. Fleet this was a small ship, but sailed out of the way ports. That's right, Scott. That she is leaving the fleet, and she did go to smaller ports. But she's got to go. Her age. But she's going to another line, so she'll continue on, but she'll be under another brand. Linda Moore, great info today. Always learning something new. Thank you, Linda. Viv, we're going to Cape Canaveral, July 26th, says Tom Henry. Pamplemousse is Sherry. Laugh out loud. Now the spa's going to be packed by everybody because of Bruce. Cool Jazz. I think Bruce got rid of his trolls. Lately, no thumbs downs. Well, we'll see. That only lasts a while, buddy. Let's see who else have we got here. Oh my gosh, Rob Slevin. Hi from Kentucky, 91. I'll let you know of Seattle in 11 days. Fantastic, Rob Slevin. Cristobal in Skagway. They rent Jeeps and scooters. Marian Jamid. Marian, is it good to book early for saving? Can you book? It depends. It depends on the price of the cruise. I tell you, folks. I've seen people go two ways on this comment. I see people who say, no, you must book early and nothing else. And I see others say, oh, no, you book last minute, nothing else. And then there's the middle. Here's what I would recommend. Let's say you want to go on a cruise in July to Alaska. Or not July, it's too soon. Let's say you want to go September this year. Last minute. Take a look at how much last-minute cruises are in September this year. Now, go to next year, September. Take a look at what cruises are next year, September, Alaska. Just compare. Take a look what they're asking. If they're asking for $899 for a one-week cruise to Alaska, plus all the other add-ons, But you can get a last-minute cruise in September this year for $7.99. What are you thinking of booking next year for? If it's available $7.99 or $8.99, same price as next year, September, what's the advantage? Tell me what it is. I don't see it. Okay, look at Mediterranean. You've always wanted to go on a Mediterranean cruise. And let's say this isn't July. Let's say this is February, all right? Compare apples to apples, I suppose. It's February, and you want to go in August to Mediterranean. Take a look at this August and next year August and see what the price difference is. You might be surprised at some of the deals. And then as the months go by, keep an eye, keep an eye, keep an eye, keep an eye. You may find that this year, August, you can get a real killer deal. Now, you might not be able to go because you can't get away, or you need more time to organize, or your employer won't give you the holiday. I understand. There's limitations. But for next year, you might not have to book in that far in advance. Plus, I can tell you right now, between this year and next year, there's no way cruise prices are going to be higher next year in Europe. There's no way. European cruise prices are going to be lower next year. There are going to be more deals thrown in next year because there's a recession going on and there's a massive increase in inventory coming to Europe. Same in the US. I don't think cruise prices are going to surge that much. The number of new cabins coming online are huge, and I don't think there's going to be that issue. That's just me, though. I could be wrong, but my guess. Karen Lipson, hi, Bruce, in White Rock, BC. It's a beautiful sunny day, 21 Celsius. We're getting fireworks tonight. Bellingham, USA gas was $2.59. Costco is full of British Columbia plates. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I go down to Coeur d'Alene, and I see all these plates from British Columbia and Alberta. All these Canadians are in Coeur d'Alene. Why? What are they all doing here? All at the Costco gas line. That's right, baby. We fill up down in the States. Marion, it's nice here in Wales. Fantastic, Marion. Welcome. Thank you, Karen, for that comment. Let's see. Cristobal, hi, everybody. So Tweety, hey, Cristobal. Vivian, yes, but dates have to coincide with my QM2 goes to New York. Vivian, I hear you. If you want to be on a ship on a date, you don't have the flexibility, then I understand. I get it. It's locked in for you. I hear you. You can keep your eye on it, but I can't make magic happen there. Karen is saying, hi, Sherry. Let's see here. Rob Seven, hi, Pamplemousse. Who else is going here? Desiree Gillum. Hello, Bruce. Are passengers going ashore in the Dominican Republic? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There are private resorts for cruise ship passengers or private beaches. They do. They also have tours. They're going, and there don't seem to be any incidents at all. The incidents we're hearing about Dominican Republic seems to be coming from people from the U.S. lately that have been going into full-blown resorts, all-inclusive resorts. They've been having issues there, but cruise ship passengers apparently not having a problem. Hi there from, I can't pronounce this. You know I can't pronounce this in the UK. It looks like it's Lanei. How do you pronounce it? Lani. I have no idea. In the UK, West Wales. I can say West Wales, UK. Hi, Marion. I'm terrible at these locations. Cruise with us. Hiscox was my ad. My Anthony was Hiscox. Welcome, Cruise with us. Let's see. Hi, Marion. Suffolk here, says Vivian. Howdy, TWB guys, says Cruise with us. Terry Woods. Hey, Bruce. Winter Haven, Florida. 91 degrees. It's a nice, real sweater weather here. It's hot. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Welcome, Terry. Nurse Nancy saying hi there, Cruise with us. Sherry saying hello, everybody. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi to everybody else. A P&O cruising to Norway is lovely, says Marianne Yamid. Disney prices itself as a 5 to 6 star line. That's right, so Tweety. Disney prices are that high. Marfair, Holland America just sent me a notice of sale. Will include tips for the next 3 days. There you go. Sylvan, I'm looking for a cabin mate for when Bruce, Madam Bruce and Bruce go on a cruise. I want to be in that picture when the Frommerts go on that cruise. Just a thought. There you go. Right on, Sylvan. Tom Henry. So if it says recently refurbished, what do you consider recent? If they plan every 5 years, then a 2016 does not meet my idea of a recent refit. Tom, you're right. 2016 redo is too long ago. No, I would say 17 and newer. 2017 and newer now would be within 2 years. Okay, but longer than 3 years, 3 years or longer, too long. You got to understand, folks. If you're going on a cruise ship, that takes on passengers once a week. We're talking 52 cruises a week. 52 times a year, your cabin is being moved in and moved out of. If it's been 3 years since the last time your cabin was refreshed because of the ship being refurbished 3 years ago, it's 156 people ago. Well, not even that. It's 156 cruises ago. Now, was your cabin used every time? Maybe not, but maybe it was. And maybe 25 of those times, your cabin was used by 4 people, and the kids were running around like crazy in that thing. They get worn down. You'll find the little things without question. 4.5 years ago, cruise ship that was refurbished 4.5 years ago. We're talking over 200 check-ins and check-outs for a week at a time. You might have had 100 families in there between now and then. I don't know. Just saying. So yeah, 2 years or less is recent. That's my opinion. Okay. Sorry, folks. David Butler. Hi, all from Ireland. To us, Oasis class from Royal Caribbean is the best. We've done them all. Fantastic, David. Thank you, David, for joining me in that comment. I appreciate you're here. Who else have I got here? Nurse Nancy, you take care. Let's see. David Orcutt, Bruce, how do you celebrate Canada Day? I just hang out. I don't do anything special at my age. I'll tell you what I did yesterday. Yesterday was my day off. I went yesterday to Ainsworth Hot Springs, which is about 2 hours from here. It's about an hour and 20 minutes to ride the car to the ferry. Then I get on the car ferry, go across the lake over to the other side where Ainsworth is located, go into the resort, get into that water, take a good 2 hours to relax. And then we went a little north towards a place called Caslow in British Columbia. We have some friends of ours who have a place up there right on the lake. And we had a beautiful day up there. I'm just going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance and see by chance. Yes, I do have a photo or two of the area. I took a picture of the view from the living room from this beautiful house over the lake. This is from the living room of the house, looking through the trees, looking down. And I did a video here, and I'll see if I can make this work. I took a video where I just stood there, and for a few seconds, I took a video of the lake and the wind, and really was no breeze. Then I zoomed in a little bit. There you go. You can see me zooming in there on the lake. It's just spectacular. We had a fantastic day yesterday, and I thought I would take that shot yesterday. I'll share it with you today. Beautiful, beautiful spot. We had a nice dinner with them, visit them with a few hours. I even had a nap. I even had a nap on their couch. I was so exhausted. And then we took the ferry back. Here's the car ferry ride back from Ainsworth back to Balfour. This apparently is a moving video, I hope. Yeah, it is. And I was just on the top of the ferry taking a shot of the day and just looking around. Nothing specific, just people out there. And just looking at folks that are standing nearby me there and looking out over the water and just getting a nice view of the area. Gorgeous ride. The ship goes at about 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour. No wind at all. It's just a super calm day. It's just a beautiful ride. And that's how I celebrated my day off. Where today is a work day for me. So for me, Canada Day, I'm working, baby. I'm on the show doing what I do, and that's what I'm up to. Okay. Anne Elton is here. Hi, Bruce, from Anne in Dublin, Ireland. Welcome, Anne from Dublin. After 27 cruises, we would not go on Carnival again. However, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, NCL, and MSC are definitely worth it. Right on, and thank you for your comment and joining my channel. This is fantastic. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're a subscriber. Jose Pazos, currently live on my balcony on the Symphony of the Seas. I'm currently there. Sea Day and St. Martin is in the morning. Jose, that is fantastic. I say cheers to you. From TWB on Symphony of the Seas balcony. Way to go, buddy. That is fantastic. If you get a chance, join my Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce. Post a photo over there of your ship, if you could. and the view from your balcony. That would be great. I'd love to see that. Thank you for that comment. That is beautiful, David. We're so jealous of Jose. Let's see. Megan is saying, hey, you want time off? Just call him dead. There you go. So, Tweety, you have a great one. Thanks for popping in today. Anthony Potts, hello, Bruce from Denton, Texas. I'm having major cruise withdrawal. I am too. It's been a while for me and Jennifer. We are scheming like crazy right now for some cruises later this year. As soon as we have something nailed down, we will let everyone in on it, and you can join us if you like. Sylvan, my wife is not crazy. Oh, no. But after 42 years of marital bliss, there is a certain limit I have learned not to cross, lest I am ready to assume the consequences. Wise words from a wise, learned man. I hear you there. I'm in the same wheelhouse. I know how far I can go with Jennifer, and you go no further. There is no point in doing that. Jose said, I wish I could send you all a pic or two. Jose, when you get home, send us some pics on the Facebook group page. Would love to have you do that. Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. Would love that. Let's see here. Marion got a 13-day cruise on the Ventura in September 2020 to Canary's balcony for only 1,173 pounds. Fantastic. Mark Maxon, hello, fellow Canadian Day. Hello, Mark. Who else? So Jeff is here. Hi from Rochester, 79 degrees, gas 255. Cruising December 9th with my wife on Empress of the Seas, $319 a person. Not bad. Good deal there. Sylvan, we had an ugly stain on our cabin's carpet on the Legend of the Seas. We complained, went ashore the next day, and when we returned, the carpet had been changed. I like that. Yes, sir. That's the way it should be. Bruce did go on a cruise and went on a spa, says Cool Jazz. Oh, yes. I've been on a few. Marion, not far from Swansea in West Wales, that place that starts with the L. Lenelli, Jeff, forgot to mention our cruise is for 7 days. Bruce will be the non-wiser. Says Marion. I'll be the non. I have no idea where that is exactly. I don't have a map in front of me right now. That is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I finally caught up with your messages. This is great. Thank you for being here today, everybody. 72 thumbs ups on Canada Day. Thank you for celebrating Canada Day with me, hanging out. I appreciate that very much. I hope you didn't find it too much of an old man rant today. I appreciate you all being here. I'll be on tomorrow for 2 shows, 5 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock tomorrow night for live trivia. So come on by tomorrow night. We'll have some more music trivia if you're interested. And we'll have some fun tomorrow night, too. I'm on July the 4th. I am on the air July the 4th. So if you're off, hang out with me on July the 4th. We'll have fun and go from there. That is, I believe, Thursday. Is that not the Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, 4th, Thursday. I'm doing 2 shows to celebrate America. July 4th for 2 shows. Fantastic. Dinner smells awesome, says Sylvan. Gotta go. Great show again, Bruce. Thanks, everybody. Sylvan, you take care. Vivian, it's 11:37 p.m. here. Good night, everybody. Hugs to you all and stay safe. Vivian, you take care. I'm about to sign off myself. Thank you, all of you, for joining me. Thank you for your kind words, comments, and best wishes. Appreciate all of it. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy out there. And if you're hot, stay cool. Here in Canada, we're going to take it easy. We'll have fireworks later tonight. Every little town and city has fireworks on Canada Day. I'll probably be in bed by the time they go off. I'll be ready for some sleep. Get ready for tomorrow's work day. But thanks again for being here, everyone. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. 73 thumbs ups. What a run. If there's any more to come, I appreciate them. In the meantime, please take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for 2 shows. Okay, guys? Bye for now.